This is Heather Craig with Test Prep for Success, and I'm here to give you an explanation for today's SAT Math Challenge. Today's challenge, you can see on the screen, it's in the area of geometry, and I'm going to do this one using a method that we call backtracking. So backtracking is a method that uses the multiple choice format of the test to your advantage. Instead of figuring this out from the beginning to the end and hoping that the answer I get is going to match one of the four choices, instead I'm going to test the choices one by plugging them back into the question and seeing which one works. All right, so the first thing I do when I'm backtracking is I read the question carefully and I make sure what that item is that they're asking for, that I know that very clearly. And in this case, they want to know what is X. So I like to label the answer choices as X, just so I make sure I don't start plugging them into the wrong place. And I don't start at the beginning when I do backtracking. I also like to start with either B or C, so that once I figure out if, let's, for instance, this time we'll start with C. And if C happens to be wrong, I might not only be able to eliminate C, but also figure out whether I should be going bigger or smaller. If you start with A every time, you always just have to go to B next. But if you start in the middle, then you get a choice as if you get to go bigger or smaller. So we'll start with 30 here. I'm going to plug in 30 for X into my drawing. So 30 times 3, because this year's 3X is 90. And I can already see an option, a problem here with option C. And the problem is that in this drawing, we have perpendicular lines plus a third line going through that same intersection. The perpendicular lines are going to come at 90-degree angles. And if 3x here is 90, well, there's nothing left for 4y. 4y would have to be 0. I can tell from the drawing 4y is definitely not 0. So x cannot be 30. 30 is too big. There's not enough space for 3x and 4y. If X is 30. So I'm going to cross off C right away. I'm also going to cross off D because that 30 value was too big. 60 would be even bigger than that. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is try option B, 15. If I plug in 15 here, all right, for B is 15, that means 3x would be 45. Well, that sounds okay. It doesn't look exactly like 45, but the SAT isn't always drawn to scale. So I can take 45 as a reasonable approximation for that angle. But if I plug it in here to 6x, well, 6 times 15 is 90. And we have that same problem again. 90 is too big. There wouldn't be anything left for the 2y angle down here. So 15 is not a reasonable value for X because it would give me 90 in this acute angle area. So let's cross off B. Oh, I already crossed off C, D, and B. I know for sure the answer is going to be A. However, on the SAT is very unforgiving for small mistakes, so I always like to double check. Let's plug in A. I'm very confident it's going to be the right answer, but let's do some double checking. If X is 10, 3 times 10 is 30. And 6 times 10 is 60. Both of those are reasonable numbers. If 3x is 30, then 30 and 90 is going to be 60 here. I know that 3x and 4y together have to add up to 90, and so if 3x is 30, then 4y must be 60. Let's divide both sides by 4, and I'll get y equals 15. Let's do the same thing over here. If this angle that 6x is 60, and I know my lines are perpendicular, then 2y is going to have to be 30. Because 60 plus 30 together is 90. Dividing both sides by 2, I'll get y equals 15. Hey, I really like the fact that I got y equals 15 for both of these angles. I've double checked that A is the correct answer, and we've solved this problem by backtracking.